Welcome to our deep dive into Shoe Dog.
Shoe Dog.
The memoir of Phil Knight.
Yeah.
Founder of Nike.
Right.
So we're going to explore the wild ride.
Yes, we are.
Of how this global brand came to be.
Yeah.
Straight from the source.
Yeah, that's what's so cool about it.
Knight's own words and experiences.
It's fascinating to get that firsthand perspective.
It is.
You know, he starts off by taking us back to his younger days.
Yeah.
And it's funny because his initial ambitions weren't business-focused at all.
Right.
He wanted to be a novelist.
Oh, wow.
A journalist.
Really?
Even a statesman. But the biggest dream was to be a great athlete.
It's like those plans we all have when we're young.
Totally.
Full of idealism and a sense of like endless possibility.
Yeah, you can do anything.
You can do anything.
Exactly.
But Knight's reality on the track.
Yeah.
He was good, not great.
Good, as he puts it.
Yep. And he lettered 3 years at Oregon.
Wow.
But he didn't quite reach that athletic greatness.
He didn't get that.
He envisioned.
And that's got to be so relatable.
It is.
For a lot of people. Just those moments when, like, reality gently nudges your dreams in a different direction.
In a different direction.
And for Knight, this nudge led him to Stanford.
Okay.
And he stumbles upon the simple idea that would spark this obsession.
What's that?
Importing Japanese shoes.
Oh, wow.
He writes a research paper on it.
Wow.
For an entrepreneurship class. And it was just like this light bulb moment.
It's a classic aha moment.
Yeah.
You know, the kind that makes you wonder.
Totally.
Like, why hasn't anyone done this before?
Right.
But it's more than just the idea.
It is.
You know, it's the way Knight describes it.
Yeah.
Like this almost primal urge to turn this simple concept into a reality.
And what's so captivating is how this seemingly small idea grows into this global empire.
It's crazy.
It speaks to the power of observation.
Right.
Just asking a simple question like, why?
Yeah.
Can lead to extraordinary outcomes.
Absolutely.
So Knight's journey wasn't a straight shot to success.
Right.
After graduating, he embarks on this incredible world trip.
I love this part.
Visiting places like Jerusalem, Nairobi, Rome.
Wow.
It's not your typical backpacking route.
No, not at all.
But then he lands in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And he gets this feeling like,
what is it?
Why be in a hurry to leave?
Oh, yeah. I love that line.
It's so classic Knight.
Yeah.
And he ends up selling encyclopedias door to door.
Not exactly glamorous.
No.
But, you know, it taught him valuable lessons about hustle.
Absolutely.
And resilience.
Right.
That's huge.
This is a crucial point.
Okay.
He actually connects this experience back to getting cut from his high school baseball team.
Oh, wow.
His first real taste of rejection.
That's tough.
It's like those early experiences shape him, his perspective on risk, perseverance, and even navigating cultural differences.
So true.
And then his time in Japan is just fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
He paints these vivid pictures of like the bustling fish market and the serene Hakone Mountains. He even spends a night in a Buddhist temple.
Wow.
Reflecting on the concept of self and its role in like happiness.
That's deep.
This journey is as much about self-discovery as it is about discovering like a business opportunity.
I like that.
He's searching for something more, a deeper understanding of the world and his place in it. And then there's this pivotal moment when he meets some ex-GIs who give him the inside scoop on Japanese business culture.
Ooh, that's got to be important.
Yeah, they warn him about being too pushy.
Okay.
And they emphasize the importance of subtlety.
Interesting.
And indirect communication.
So different from American culture.
Right.
Totally.
This is so important for understanding his later dealings with Onitsuka Tiger, the Japanese shoe company.
Gotcha.
He takes this advice to heart. He learns to navigate the nuances of Japanese negotiation.
Which is so different.
Totally different.
From the typical American approach.
So then Knight wires $50 to Onitsuka.
$50?
For shoe samples.
Wow. Can you imagine taking that leap of faith?
I know it's a small amount, but it represents this huge commitment to this crazy idea.
This idea.
The risk is palpable.
It is.
And it's just the beginning of the financial tightrope walk that will define like much of Nike's early years.
So he starts selling these shoes out of his car at track meets.
I love that.
Talk about a grassroots approach.
Right.
This is where his passion for running
Yes.
and his business sense really converge.
This early hustle is essential
I agree.
to understanding Nike's DNA.
What do you mean?
It's about connecting directly with the customer, understanding their needs, and offering a product that truly resonates.
No fancy marketing campaigns.
No.
Just pure passion and a good product.
And then enter Bill Bowerman.
Oh, yeah, the legendary track coach.
Legendary.
Knight sends him a pair of Tigers. Bowerman is instantly hooked.
Loves them.
They meet up.
Yeah.
To discuss a partnership.
Yeah.
Although the exact location of that meeting,
this is funny.
It gets a little fuzzy.
It does.
It does.
Even momentous events can get blurred over time.
That's true.
But the partnership itself?
Yeah.
That was crystal clear.
It was.
And it would change the course of athletic footwear forever.
I mean, Bowerman is intense.
He is.
Demanding.
Oh, yeah.
And a true innovator.
Constantly tinkering.
Right.
Trying to create the perfect shoe.
Where's runners?
Yes. His coaching style is almost a metaphor.
Ooh.
For their whole approach.
Yeah.
Pushing the limits of what's possible.
Like running the mile at triple speed on the 4th lap.
Exactly.
And if we connect this back to the bigger picture, it becomes about more than just shoes.
Right.
It's about this shared vision of excellence.
Yeah.
Pushing boundaries. Relentlessly pursuing innovation.
But let's not forget the challenges they faced.
They faced a lot.
They had to deal with shady characters.
Right.
Like the Marlboro man who held the distribution rights for Tigers.
Right.
On the West Coast.
Yep.
Onitsuka's questionable tactics.
Yeah.
And the constant need for cash.
Always needed cash.
At one point,
yeah,
Knight even steals a folder.
He does?
From Kitami's briefcase. It's a bold move.
It is.
Ethically ambiguous for sure.
For sure.
But it reveals a lot about Knight's character.
Like what?
His fierce determination.
And his willingness to bend the rules.
When necessary.
When necessary.
This decision speaks to the moral dilemmas entrepreneurs sometimes face when fighting for survival.
Did Knight cross a line?
That's for each of us to ponder.
That is a good question.
The tension reaches a peak during a meeting.
Where?
In a revolving restaurant in Japan.
Oh, wow.
Knight anxiously awaits Mr. Onitsuka's decision, and finally he gets a reprieve.
He does.
Onitsuka grants him the distribution rights for the Western United States.
That's huge.
It's a pivotal victory.
It is.
But it's clear that the battle's far from over.
So this whole situation raises an important question.
What's that?
About the compromises we're willing to make in pursuit of our goals.
It does.
Knight's story is full of these moral dilemmas that force us to consider the gray areas of entrepreneurship.
It's not always black and white, especially when you're fighting for your dream.
And back in the U.S., things aren't exactly smooth sailing on the personal front either.
What happens?
Remember Sarah?
Oh, yeah, the girl he met.
The girl he met during his travels?
During his travels.
They had this whirlwind romance.
They did.
But things fizzle out, leaving Knight heartbroken.
Yeah.
He channels that heartbreak back into building his business.
His business.
Which he calls Blue Ribbon Sports.
Blue Ribbon Sports.
It's interesting how Knight compartmentalizes his emotions.
He does.
He acknowledges the heartbreak.
Yeah.
But then he shifts his focus back to the company.
To the company.
It's a pattern we see throughout his story.
Yeah.
This laser focus on the company's survival.
Right.
Even amidst personal turmoil.
Yeah, it makes you wonder.
It does.
Was this a coping mechanism?
Could be.
Or was it just the single-minded drive that defines so many successful entrepreneurs?
That's a great question.
He needs a bigger space. So he rents an apartment and hires his first employee.
Who's that?
Jeff Johnson.
Jeff Johnson.
Now, Johnson is quite a character.
Oh, really?
A runner, a bit of a loner, who writes these long, rambling letters.
Okay, interesting.
Johnson's a bit of a contradiction.
In what way?
Highly intelligent, yet socially awkward.
Okay.
But he becomes this unlikely but essential partner.
Yeah.
In building Blue Ribbon.
I see.
His passion for running and meticulous attention to detail complement Knight's strengths.
But he's also a bit of a risk, right?
He is.
He's operating independently.
Yeah.
Expanding into territories that technically belong to the Marlboro man.
Uh-oh.
It seems like Knight is always walking this tightrope.
He is.
Between ambition and obligation.
He needs Johnson's energy and drive.
Right.
But he also needs to keep Onitsuka happy.
Of course.
He's still operating within the confines of their distribution agreement, which is adding to the pressure.
It's a lot of pressure.
Meanwhile, Knight is still working as an accountant.
Wow, still working a day job.
To make ends meet.
That's wild.
He's also teaching at Portland State.
Okay.
And that's where he meets Penny Parks.
Penny Parks.
She's smart, capable, and has amazing penmanship.
Penmanship.
Which, as we'll see, becomes quite important later on.
What stands out to you about Penny?
I find her entry into the story so intriguing.
Yeah.
She embodies this quiet competence that will become essential to Nike's success.
Right.
And of course, the relationship adds another layer of complexity to Knight's already chaotic life.
So they start dating. And before long, he asks her to marry him.
Wow, that's fast.
It all happens very quickly.
Yeah.
And their honeymoon is interrupted.
Oh, no.
By a frantic telex from Japan.
What?
Onitsuka is sending a new representative to the U.S.
Okay.
And Knight knows this could spell trouble.
This is a major turning point.
It is.
Knight senses trouble brewing.
Yeah.
He knows Onitsuka is unhappy with his success.
Right.
And he suspects they might be looking to cut him out of the deal.
Oh, no.
It's the beginning of the end of their partnership.
Right.
But the start of something much bigger.
Ooh, that's exciting.
He races back to the States.
Okay.
Worried about the future of Blue Ribbon.
Yeah.
And back home, Johnson has opened their first retail store.
No way.
In Santa Monica.
Wow.
And it's a hit.
It's a testament to Johnson's entrepreneurial spirit.
I agree.
His ability to create a space that celebrates running.
Right.
And fosters a sense of community.
And remember, this is the early 1970s.
Yeah.
Long before running became mainstream.
Right.
Johnson is ahead of the curve.
He is.
Tacking into a growing subculture.
Knight is impressed.
Yeah.
But also increasingly concerned about the financial risks.
The financial risks.
The company is growing rapidly, but their cash flow is precarious.
This is a classic dilemma.
It is.
For any growing business.
Yeah.
Knight is caught between the need for expansion and the constraints of limited resources.
He's constantly juggling competing priorities.
He is.
Trying to stay one step ahead of potential disaster.
The high wire act.
It is.
And the stakes are getting higher every day.
So he tries to take the company public.
Okay.
But the offering fails miserably.
Oh, no.
Only Woodell,
his
old track buddy,
oh, wow,
and his mother invests.
Just those two.
It's a humbling experience.
It is.
But it also shows the loyalty and belief that some people had in Knight's vision.
This failure is actually a valuable lesson for Knight.
How so?
It forces him to confront the realities of the financial market and consider alternative strategies for securing capital.
Interesting.
It also highlights the importance
of trust and loyalty, as demonstrated by Woodell and his mother's unwavering faith
in Blue Ribbon.
And just when things couldn't get more complicated, Onitsuka drops a bombshell.
What's that?
They want to buy Blue Ribbon.
This is where the tension really ratchets up.
It does.
Onitsuka's offer is tempting.
It is.
Especially considering the financial strain Knight is under. But he senses a trap.
A trap?
He knows they want to control his access to the American market.
Right.
And he's not willing to give up his hard-earned independence.
So Knight flies to Japan.
He does.
For a showdown with Kitami.
Okay.
Armed with a secret weapon.
What's that?
That folder he stole.
Oh, wow.
From Kitami's briefcase.
Right.
It outlines Onitsuka's plan.
To do what?
To replace him.
Oh, no.
With new distributors.
This is a high-stakes gamble.
It is.
Knight is playing a dangerous game.
Yeah.
Risking everything.
Everything.
On his hunch that Onitsuka's acting in bad faith? Wow.
He manages to secure a temporary reprieve.
Okay.
But he knows the clock is ticking.
Uh-oh.
He needs to find a way.
To do what?
To break free from Onitsuka.
Break free.
And establish his own brand.
And that's where we'll pick up next time.
Oh, this is exciting.
Knight's facing his biggest challenge yet.
I can't wait.
Going head-to-head with the very company that gave him his start.
Wow.
The story of Nike is about to get even more interesting.
I'm hooked. So last time we left Phil Knight facing a crucial decision to sell Blue Ribbon to Onitsuka.
Right.
or forge his own path.
It's a true crossroads.
It is.
For Knight.
Yeah.
Does he succumb to the pressure? Take the safe route?
The safe route.
And sell?
Yeah.
Or does he take a leap of faith?
Right.
And bet on himself?
And remember those Japanese trading companies that Knight had learned about during his accounting days?
Yes.
Well, they become essential to his next move.
What does he do?
He connects with Nisho Iwai.
Nisho Iwai.
And they're surprisingly eager
Really?
to help him establish his own shoe brand.
This is where his understanding of global commerce and his relationship building skills really shine.
They do.
He's able to leverage his knowledge of Japanese business practices to secure this crucial alliance, which will help him navigate the complexities of manufacturing and distribution.
It's a brilliant strategic move.
It is.
But before they can start producing shoes, they need a name.
They need a name.
And this is where things get interesting.
Okay.
Knight initially favors Dimension 6.
Dimension 6.
Which, let's be honest, doesn't exactly roll off the tongue.
It certainly lacks the punch of Nike.
It does.
It's fascinating how Knight almost misses the boat on this iconic name.
He does.
He admits he initially hated it.
He hated it.
It just goes to show the importance of being open to ideas, even those that might seem unconventional.
At
first.
Thankfully, one of his employees, Jeff Johnson, suggests Nike, inspired by the Greek goddess of victory, and the rest, as they say, is history.
With a name in place. Knight needs to figure out the logistics of manufacturing.
Okay.
He travels to a factory in Mexico. Ironically named Canada. And strikes a deal.
To do what?
To produce Nike's first line of shoes.
This is a huge financial risk.
Huge.
He's officially breaking away from Onitsuka.
Wow.
And betting everything on his own vision.
Talk about a leap of faith.
And as if things weren't stressful enough, his banker, Wallace, pulls the plug on their line of credit.
Oh, no.
Remember, Knight's in a constant battle.
He is.
To keep the company afloat.
Yeah.
And this latest setback could be devastating.
It's a testament to his resilience.
It is.
That he doesn't give up.
He doesn't.
Knight faces rejection after rejection.
Wow.
But he refuses to throw in the towel.
He's determined.
He scrambles to find alternative sources of funding.
Okay.
Showcasing that gritty determination that defines his entrepreneurial journey.
And he finds a lifeline.
He does.
With the Bank of Tokyo.
The Bank of Tokyo.
Thanks in part to his understanding of Japanese business culture.
Right.
He's able to convince them to extend a line of credit.
Wow.
Buying him precious time to get Nike off the ground.
This is a brilliant example.
I agree.
Of Knight leveraging his cross-cultural knowledge to his advantage. He understands that Japanese banks operate differently than American banks.
Right.
And he tailors his approach accordingly.
Right.
It's a reminder that sometimes success hinges on understanding and respecting different cultural perspectives.
So true. But even with the line of credit, he's still not out of the woods.
Uh-oh, what now?
He has a massive order of tigers on the way.
Tigers?
And no way to pay for them.
Yikes.
Desperate.
Yeah.
He hides the shoes in a warehouse.
He hides them.
Hoping to buy some time.
Okay.
Until Nike sales can catch up.
It's a high-risk maneuver.
It is.
Bordering on illegal.
Yeah.
But Knight's in survival mode.
He is.
Willing to push boundaries to protect his company.
It's a reminder that the path to success is rarely straightforward.
It's not.
And sometimes requires bold, even controversial actions.
Meanwhile, Nike is officially launched.
Wow.
There's still a small operation.
Yeah.
Working out a basement office.
Wow, a basement office.
Knight even hires Carolyn Davidson.
A
graphic design student to create a logo.
Okay.
Offering her a measly $2 an hour.
Talk about a bargain.
Right.
Davidson comes up with the iconic swoosh.
The swoosh.
A symbol that would become synonymous with athletic excellence.
I mean, it's crazy to think that such a small investment would lead to such a legendary symbol.
Those early days are a whirlwind of activity.
They are.
Setting up distribution networks, hiring sales reps, and getting their shoes into stores.
Getting their shoes out there.
Knight becomes obsessed with the daily pair count.
Daily pair count.
A metric that becomes his barometer for success.
This focus on data is revealing.
In what way?
Knight is a numbers guy at heart, an accountant who understands the importance of tracking progress and making data-driven decisions.
It's a stark contrast to his free-spirited persona.
It is.
Highlighting the multifaceted nature. His leadership.
And Nike's early success hinges on their connection with athletes. They signed track star Steve Prefontaine, who perfectly embodies the rebellious spirit of the brand. Tragically, Pre dies in a car accident at just 24 years old.
That's so young.
It's a devastating loss for Knight. Both personally and professionally.
Pre's death is a turning point for Knight.
In what way?
He mourns the loss of a friend.
Of course.
And a powerful brand ambassador. But Pre's legacy lives on.
It does.
Inspiring Knight to push even harder.
To do what?
To make Nike a symbol of athletic excellence
Yeah.
and unwavering determination.
The company continues to grow, fueled by innovative products.
Like what?
Like the waffle trainer.
The waffle trainer.
Inspired by Bowerman's experiments with his wife's waffle iron.
A waffle iron.
Those waffle shoes revolutionized running shoe design.
Wow.
And their popularity helped solidify Nike's position as a leader in the industry.
Bowerman's constant tinkering.
Yeah.
His willingness to experiment and push boundaries is central to Nike's success.
Absolutely.
He embodies the spirit of innovation.
He does.
Reminding us that even the simplest ideas,
Yeah.
like using a waffle iron,
I know.
can lead to breakthrough products.
But amidst this growth,
Yeah.
the legal battle with Onitsuka looms large.
Oh,
Knight knows a courtroom showdown is inevitable,
it is.
and he assembles a legal team
Okay.
led by the brilliant but eccentric
Ooh,
Bob Strasser.
Bob Strasser.
Strasser's entry into the story is fascinating.
It is.
He's this quirky character,
Okay.
a brilliant legal mind who operates outside the conventions of the corporate world.
Interesting.
His partnership with Knight highlights the importance of finding allies
Yeah.
who share your values
Right.
and are willing to fight alongside you,
Yeah.
even when the odds are stacked against you.
The trial is tense and dramatic.
It is.
Knight faces tough questions about his business practices.
His business practices.
Including the theft
Oh, yeah.
of Kitami's folder.
Right.
He admits to his mistakes.
He does.
Portraying himself as a scrappy entrepreneur fighting for survival
Yeah.
against a much larger corporation.
This is a crucial moment
It is.
in the story.
Yeah.
Knight's honesty, his willingness to own up to his flaws, resonates with the jury.
It does.
He's not portraying himself as a flawless hero,
Right.
but as a flawed yet determined individual fighting for his dream.
And the jury sides with Nike,
They do.
awarding them a substantial settlement.
That's huge.
It's a major victory.
It is.
Vindicating Knight's risky moves
Yeah.
and securing Nike's future as an independent brand.
This legal win is a turning point
I agree.
for Nike.
Yeah.
It removes a major obstacle,
Right.
allowing them to focus fully on expansion and innovation.
Expansion and
The
innovation.
company is poised for greatness.
Flush with cash from the settlement.
Yeah.
Nike's on a roll.
They are.
They're signing new athletes, opening new factories,
Wow.
and their sales are skyrocketing.
It's amazing.
But Knight is still haunted
by
the near-death experience
Right.
of almost losing everything.
Almost losing it all.
He's determined to build a company
Yeah.
that can withstand any challenge.
This is a crucial insight
I think so too.
into Knight's mindset.
Yeah.
He's not content with simply winning.
Right.
He wants to build a company that is resilient, adaptable, and capable of achieving long-term success.
Long-term success.
It's a mindset
It is.
that will continue to drive Nike's evolution in the years to come.
But as Nike enters the 1980s,
Okay.
a new set of challenges emerges.
Like what?
The company is growing at an unprecedented rate.
Yeah.
And Knight struggles
to do what?
To maintain control.
To maintain control.
The butt-face culture he fostered.
Butt-face culture.
A mix of informality, intense loyalty, and a willingness to challenge authority is starting to show cracks.
Uh-oh.
This is a classic growing pain.
It is.
For any successful company.
Yeah. The freewheeling entrepreneurial spirit that fueled their early success is bumping up against the need for structure and process as they navigate the complexities of becoming a global corporation.
It's a delicate balance to strike.
It is.
Knight is forced to confront his own leadership style.
His own leadership style.
He's always favored giving his team freedom to operate independently.
Right.
But he realizes that he needs to find a balance
between
autonomy and accountability.
This is a key lesson for any leader.
It is.
As an organization grows.
Yeah.
It's essential to adapt your leadership approach to meet the evolving needs of
the team,
and the business.
Knight's
learning to delegate, but also to establish clear expectations and systems to ensure that everyone is aligned with the company's goals.
He also grapples with the tension between staying true to Nike's core values and the demands of the market. He's wary of becoming too corporate. Too focused on profit over passion. He wants to build a company that is both successful and socially responsible.
This is a challenge that many companies face as they grow.
Right.
How do you balance the need for profitability with the desire to make a positive impact
on the world?
Knight's
wrestling with this dilemma.
He is.
Highlights the complex ethical considerations that come with building a global brand.
And he's facing personal challenges as well.
What kind?
His marriage to Penny is strained.
Oh, no.
And he's struggling to connect with his sons.
That's tough.
He's pouring all of his energy into Nike, but he's starting to realize the toll it's taking on his life outside of work.
It's a poignant reminder.
It is.
That success comes at a price.
It does.
Knight's relentless drive and single-minded focus on Nike have come at the expense of his personal relationships.
Right.
It's a cautionary tale.
It is.
About the importance of finding balance in life. And nurturing the connections that matter most. So as Nike's popularity just explodes.
It does.
They encounter this major challenge.
What's that?
Accusations of sweatshop labor practices.
Oh, yeah.
In their overseas factories.
This becomes a defining moment.
It does.
For the company.
Yeah.
Public awareness about ethical sourcing is growing.
Right.
And Nike finds itself at the center of a storm. And initially, Knight seems dismissive.
Really?
Of the criticism.
Huh.
He claims it's not their responsibility to police the practices of their contractors.
I mean, it's a stance that reflects a common attitude at the time.
It does.
Like this focus on the bottom line, often at the expense of ethical considerations.
But as the pressure mounts and the scrutiny intensifies, Knight realizes that ignoring the issue is not an option.
He's got to do something.
He does.
So he takes a more proactive approach.
Okay. What does he do?
Implementing stricter labor standards. And increasing oversight of their factories.
It's a long and difficult process.
It is.
But Knight eventually acknowledges that Nike has a responsibility to do better.
This marks a significant shift in Knight's thinking.
How so?
He's moving beyond the just business mentality and embracing the idea that corporations have a social responsibility to operate ethically and contribute to a better world.
I think this is a pivotal moment.
It is.
Not just for Nike, but for the entire apparel industry.
I agree.
It highlights the growing power of consumer activism. And the demand for corporate transparency. And Nike doesn't stop there.
No.
Knight realizes that they need to evolve. Beyond just shoes and apparel. They expand into new markets, launching iconic ad campaigns.
Just do it.
Let's do it. And signing endorsement deals with some of the biggest names in sports.
Like Michael Jordan. That partnership alone.
Yeah.
Revolutionized sports marketing.
It did.
And cemented Nike's place in popular culture.
It's a brilliant move.
It is.
Jordan's talent and charisma perfectly align with Nike's brand image.
It's a win-win situation.
Absolutely.
That propels both Jordan and Nike to even greater heights.
By the late 1980s, Nike is a global phenomenon.
It is.
And Nike
is a celebrated business icon.
But he's still driven.
He is.
Still chasing that elusive finish line.
In the book, he reflects on his incredible journey, acknowledging the sacrifices he's made, both personal and professional.
He does.
He also expresses regret for some of his actions, admitting that he could have handled certain situations better.
It's a moment of vulnerability.
It is.
A reminder that even the most successful people make mistakes.
They do.
But what's striking is Knight's honesty.
Yes.
And self-awareness. He doesn't shy away from his flaws.
Right.
He recognizes that his leadership style, while effective, was often abrasive.
Abrasive.
And
through it all.
Yeah.
He never loses sight of his core values, his passion for sports, his belief in the power of human potential, and his drive to create something truly exceptional.
So what does it all mean?
Knight's story is a testament
to the power of hard work.
Hard work.
Determination. And a willingness to embrace unconventional ideas.
Unconventional ideas.
It's a reminder that success is rarely a straight line.
It's not.
It's about taking risks. Learning from your mistakes. And never giving up on your dreams.
That's powerful.
And that's what makes Shoe Dog such a compelling read.
It is.
It's not just a business book.
Right.
It's a story about the human spirit.
Yeah.
The relentless pursuit of excellence. And the triumph of an underdog.
I love that.
Knight leaves us with this thought.
Okay.
The cowards never started, and the weak died along the way. That leaves us, ladies and gentlemen. Us.
Wow, what a powerful reminder.
It is.
That we all have the potential for greatness within us.
We do.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Shoe Dog, we encourage you to consider Knight's journey.
Think about it.
What inspires you?
What inspires you?
What are you willing to fight for?
What are you willing to fight for?
And what legacy do you want to leave behind?
What legacy do you want to leave behind?
Knight's story is an inspiration.
It is.
To anyone who has ever dared to dream big.
Dream big.
It's a reminder that even in the face of adversity, it's possible to achieve extraordinary things.
Extraordinary things.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been fun.
Into the heart of Nike.
The heart of Nike.
And the mind of its founder, Phil Knight. We hope you enjoyed.
We did.
Exploring the world of Shoe Dog with us.
And remember, just do it.
Just do it.